It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. My best friend is the man who, in wishing me well, wishes it for my sake. He who has never learned to obey cannot be a good commander. A friend to all is a friend to none. A likely impossibility is always preferable to an unconvincing possibility. All human actions have one or more of these 7 causes: chance, nature, compulsions, habit, reason, passion, desire. All human beings, by nature, desire to know. Democracy is when the indigent, and not the men of property, are the rulers. Dignity does not consist in possessing honors, but in deserving them. Each man judges well the things he knows. Educating the mind, without educating the heart, is no education at all. Equality consists in the same treatment of similar persons. Education is an ornament in prosperity, and a refuge in adversity. Every rascal is not a thief, but every thief is a rascal. Even when laws have been written down, they ought not always to remain unaltered. Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Fear is pain arising from the anticipation of evil. For what is the best choice for each individual is the highest it is possible for him to achieve. Friends hold a mirror up to each other. Through that mirror, they can see each other in ways that would not otherwise be accessible to them. And it is this mirroring that helps them improve themselves as persons. Friendship is essentially a partnership. Good habits formed at youth make all the difference. Happiness depends upon ourselves. He who is to be a good ruler must have first been ruled. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies. For the hardest victory is over self. Anybody can become angry. That is easy. But to be angry with the right person, and to the right degree, and at the right time, and for the right purpose, and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power, and is not easy. At his best, man is the noblest of all animals. Separated from law and justice, he is the worst. Character may almost be called the most effective means of persuasion. Change, in all things, is sweet. Criticism is something we can avoid easily by saying nothing, doing nothing, and being nothing. Courage is the first of human qualities, because it is the quality which guarantees the others. Poetry is finer and more philosophical than history, for poetry expresses the universal, and history only the particular. Poverty is the parent of revolution and crime. Probable impossibilities are to be preferred to improbable possibilities. Republics decline into democracies, and democracies degenerate into despotism. Something is infinite. If, taking it quantity by quantity, we can always take something outside. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. The actuality of thought is life. The antidote for 50 enemies is one friend. The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure, but to avoid pain. The difference between a learned man and an ignorant one is the same as that between a living man and a corpse. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. The gods, too, are fond of a joke. The happy life is regarded as a life in conformity with virtue. It is a life which involves effort and is not spent in amusement. The ideal man bears the accidents of life with dignity and grace, making the best of circumstances. The least initial deviation from the truth is multiplied later 1,000-fold. The most perfect political community is one in which the middle class is in control and outnumbers both of the other classes. The one exclusive sign of thorough knowledge is the power of teaching. The secret to humor is surprise. There is no great genius without some touch of madness. Those that know, do. Those that understand, teach. Piety requires us to honor truth above our friends. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them, for these only gave them life, those, the art of living well. Through discipline comes freedom. To be conscious that we are perceiving or thinking is to be conscious of our own existence. To love someone is to identify with them. We cannot learn without pain. We make war that we may live in peace. We must be neither cowardly nor rash, but courageous. Whosoever is delighted in solitude is either a wild beast or a god. Wicked men obey from fear, good men from love. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. Poetry demands a man with a special gift for it, or else one with a touch of madness in him. I have gained this by philosophy, that I do without being commanded what others do, only from fear of the law. It is easy to perform a good action, but not easy to acquire a settled habit of performing such actions. Men create gods after their own image, not only with regard to their form, but with regard to their mode of life. Misfortune shows those who are not really friends. Most people would rather give than get affection. No notice is taken of a little evil, but when it increases, it strikes the eye. No one would choose a friendless existence on condition of having all the other things in the world. Obstinate people can be divided into the opinionated, the ignorant, and the boorish. Of all the varieties of virtues, liberalism is the most beloved. Perfect friendship is the friendship of men who are good, and alike in excellence. For these wish well alike to each other qua good, and they are good in themselves. Piety requires us to honor truth above our friends. It is not enough to win a war. It is more important to organize the peace. It is possible to fail in many ways, while to succeed is possible only in one way. It is well to be up before daybreak, for such habits contribute to health, wealth, and wisdom. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Liars, when they speak the truth, are not believed. Love is composed of single soul, inhabiting two bodies. Man is a goal-seeking animal. His life only has meaning if he is reaching out and striving for his goals. Men create gods after their own image, not only with regard to their form, but with regard to their mode of life. Men are swayed more by fear than by reverence. Men acquire particular quality by constantly acting in a particular way.